All right, hey guys. A little bit of a different open today. Early this morning, we got some really unfortunate news. Former head coach of UTEP, and before that, former head coach of Houston, Dana Dimel, passed away this morning. Pete Russell, his agent, broke the news. He was before he passed. He was a bit of a senior offensive analyst at Illinois. Just a kind of a gut punch of news to get this morning. We'll get to our regular show after this, but we had to acknowledge Dimmel's passing because of it's one thing to say like, oh, he was a great coach or he was a great person or whatever, but like there's not many people in this profession and that reflected how you wanted to be treated, right? How you would hope that you would treat others and how you hope that you would interact with others. He treated media fantastic. He treated his players fantastic. His staff fantastic. Craven, senior writer, is on the other line. Craven, I know he always treated you with respect as well. But what if you wanted to get a quick word on him as well.
Yeah, I was hired in September of 2021, right before the football season started. So I was, scrambling to get every head coach in the state on the call. And that was, 12 of them. That was before Sam moved up. For 11 of the 12, I had to set up a time with an SID. On the 12th, it was Dana Dimel just giving me a call. And I'll never forget that interview because I've never been interviewed during my interview before. He asked more questions about me and my family and my grandparents and the ranch and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we really just talked about life. And then at the end, I was like, oh, shoot, I have to ask football questions, And so in an industry where there's not always the best people, I mean, I think we can admit that, right? Like there's a lot of nefarious figures in this industry. Dimel was a great man, and I think sometimes we forget that these coaches are people. They're paid a lot of money to win football games, and they get hired and fired as such. But just a great guy, somebody that made an impact on me, and I hate it for his family.
Yeah, of course, we made our trip out there, and I believe as a staff in 21. And he was gracious to us. We stopped by the facility. Barrick Neely showed us around the facility, and he was just walking through with his coffee, right? It had that, I don't think I met a head coach that had that grandfather who just happens to coach football feeling, where he was just like, hey, how y'all doing, guys? And he just walked around with his coffee, and he had slides on or something, and just showing us around. He's like, yeah, let me know if y'all need anything, and just showed us around. So that was the kind of head coach he was, and for UTEP especially, who was a program that, needs exposure and needs, made it, as we're seeing with Scotty Walden now, maybe needs to do some different things to get that exposure. He was the perfect ambassador at the time to be like, yeah, doors open, just come on in,
Dave Wilson and I drove to Phoenix because Southwest Airlines had a big thing. I guess that was 22,
during the playoff.
When TCU was playing in the Fiesta Bowl. He came and met us for tacos at 9:30 at night. Just a cool dude that is going to be missed.
Yeah, so again, a different opening for our show, but we'll get to our regular show in a bit. We just wanted to start off by kind of honoring him, like I mentioned, former Houston head coach and most recently former UTEP head coach who led them back to a bowl in 2021, and the program was headed in the right direction at that point. You saw the passion of El Paso around UTEP, and he was a big part of that. So